In 1971, the Shah of Iran, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, decided to surprise the world by throwing a lavish party to which he invited only foreign heads of state. For the sake of the three-day party, an oasis with parks and fountains was built in the desert. The lavish feast in Iran went down in history as the longest and most expensive banquet in modern history. But the price of such profligacy was not only the millions of dollars spent, but also the imperial Pahlavi dynasty itself. The incredibly lavish party was the first step toward the Islamic Revolution, which resulted in the overthrow of the Iranian monarchy. Today we will tell the story of the Iranian ruler who lost his throne because of a three-day party. This is a channel of learning the world. Let's go! Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, the 35th and last Shah of Iran, was born on October 26, 1919, in Tehran, Iran. He grew up in the family of Colonel Reza Khan, who at the end of 1925 deposed Ahmed Shah Qajar and proclaimed himself the Shah of Iran, taking the name of Pahlavi for his dynasty. In 1930, Crown Prince Mohammad Reza Pahlavi would graduate from the Persian Cadet Corps. Then he would study for some time at the boarding school of Institut Le Rosey in Switzerland, and from 1936 to 1938 at the officer school in Tehran. In 1937, Shah Reza, Muhammad's father, decided that Iran would benefit from twinning with Egypt. In May 1938, Fawzia Fuad and Mohammad Reza Pahlavi became engaged. Before the engagement, the future husband and wife had seen each other only once, but no one was embarrassed by this moment. They had a big wedding a year later in Cairo. All of Iran celebrated a whole week on the occasion of the wedding of Pahlavi Jr. to an Egyptian princess. In October 1940, the couple had a daughter whom they called Shahnaz Pahlavi. In fact, family life did not bring the couple any pleasure. Soon the heir to the Iranian throne began to appear frequently in public with other women. Fawzia lived her life, and Mohammad Reza his. The Shah's young wife became depressed. She could not get out of bed for days on end and only played cards with her servants. In 1948, it was announced in the Times that the couple were divorced. Her divorce certificate was not recognized by the Iranian authorities, but the divorce was later legalized on November 17, 1948. Mohammad Reza did not complain about the lack of a personal life. One mistress succeeded another, and it seemed that this vicious circle would not be broken anytime soon. But soon after the divorce, he met the one with whom he was ready to spend all the years allocated to him. In the beautiful Soraya Esfandiari Bachari, daughter of the Iranian ambassador to Germany, Khalil Esfandiari, and the German Eva Karl, Mohammad Reza fell in love in the truest sense of the word at first sight. After chatting with the intelligent brown-haired girl with amazing green eyes, Mohammad Reza finally capitulated. That same evening, he went to Soraya's father to ask for his blessing for the marriage. The girl had not expected such a turn of events, but she was very happy. She also liked the suitor. In October 1950, it was announced that the engagement of a couple. On the occasion of the engagement, the generous Shah, who by that time had turned 31, gave his beloved a ring with a huge diamond in 22.37 carats. She was 18 at the time. The couple's admirers were worried about one thing: why they did not have children for a couple of years of marriage. The Shah's young wife even flew to the US, where she consulted with the best specialists. Alas, the treatment had no results. Mohammad Reza loved his wife very much and did not want to hurt her. But according to the constitution of Iran, he was obliged to have a male descendant, otherwise the whole line of succession to the throne would be interrupted. Pahlavi had no intention of divorcing Esfandiari Bachari and even thought of a way out. He decided to take a second wife to bear him a son. Soraya did not want to hear about it. The girl became ill at the mere thought that she would have to share the man she loved with another woman. At the beginning of 1958, Soraya left Iran and settled with her parents in Germany. Then representatives of the Iranian ruler's wife published an official statement in the New York Times on her behalf. Since it is important for Mohammad Reza Pahlavi to have a direct male heir, it is with the greatest regret that I sacrifice my own happiness for the welfare of the whole country. I hereby announce that His Majesty and I are parting ways, the message read. Mohammad Reza's dream of heirs did come true. In the summer of 1959, at a reception at the Iranian embassy in Paris, the Shah was introduced to Farah Diba, a lovely architecture student. A few months later, Farah returned to her native Tehran, where she once again met Mohammad Reza. Shahnaz, the Shah's only daughter at the time, intervened and began to actively match him, the yesterday's graduate from a French university. Then everything was a blur. The couple announced their engagement in November of that year, and the wedding took place in December. The dress for the happy bride was designed by Yves Saint Laurent himself, who at the time collaborated with the fashion house Dior. The wedding of Farah and Mohammad Reza Pahlavi took place on December 21, 1959. Less than a year after the marriage, Farah gave birth to her husband's first son, whom they named Reza Khair. 2.5 years later, the family had another daughter, Farinaz. In 1966, Farah gave her husband another boy, Ali Reza, and in 1970, a girl, Layla. The third wife of Shah Pahlavi coped with her duties perfectly well. She took an active part in the life of the country. She was engaged in charity, developed medicine, fought for women's rights. In 1967, Farah Diba was even crowned as the Empress of Iran. She was officially given the title of Shabanu. Farah turned out to be the woman who was ready to climb into the sky and fall into the abyss for her husband. Farah became the only one of the Shah's 3 wives to be crowned Empress of Iran. The first 2 wives bore the title of Queen. In 1971, the Shah celebrated the 2500th anniversary of the Persian Empire with a tremendous flourish, inviting all the first persons of state, presidents and kings, to his lavish party. At that time, Iran was not leading among the developed countries. The population was poor. But Mohammad Reza Pahlavi decided that what the people needed was not bread, but a spectacle. The magnificence and scale of the celebrations staggered the imagination. Nothing like it had ever been seen in the history of the world. The Shah wanted to show that Iran was not some backward country, but a great power. For this purpose he invited guests from all over the world, from 65 countries. Kings and emperors, sheikhs and sultans, presidents and prime ministers came. The only people not invited to the party were the Iranians. The Shah did not invite any of his compatriots, including his own ministers, which left people perplexed. Even among the organizers, foreigners, French designers, architects, florists dominated. The banquet entered the Guinness Book of World Records as the most expensive in modern history. It is still unknown exactly how much the party cost. The figure, which was announced by the organizers, was $22 million, but the Western press called the sums $100 million and even $200 million. In general, everything was at the highest level, and everyone was delighted, except for the Iranians. They were shocked by the enormous expenses, in spite of the fact that the population was extremely poor, and even dubbed it the Devil's Party. Many were embarrassed by the abundance of alcohol at the feast in a Muslim country. But the most important accusation was the arrogance of the ruler, who did not consider it necessary to invite his compatriots. Tensions began to rise, and scattered opponents began to unite. Sensing the danger, the Shah publicly apologized for his mistakes, but it was too late. The situation became tense, with riots and unrest breaking out here and there. A few years later, the People's Revolution took place, and the Shah lost power. In 1979, the Islamic Republic of Iran was established. The Shah was forced to flee to Egypt and died of cancer a year later. Farah moved to the United States long ago, and her surviving children and grandchildren live there as well. That's all for today. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe. Bye everyone.